Hello, dear friends. I have my hat on. I love this hat. It is so fancy. So, so 20s. Okay, where's Mary? Where's Mary Lloyd?
Like taking roll.
Yes, yes. Mary Lloyd. Tatika. She's here. Okay. Tooth Fairy. So, we had an earthquake, and I was on my bed watching a movie and knitting, and the whole thing started moving, and the bed started going like so, and the mirror in front, see that mirror in front of my bed started going. There you are, Mary. Thank you, thank you. Oh, so nice to see you. So, it started the earthquake, and it started shaking, and I called Anna. Anna, did you feel that? And she called me, and
I was calling you, Mom.
Yeah.
Mom, did you feel that?
Yeah, she was downstairs, and I was on my bed knitting, and
I'm like, earthquake, earthquake.
Uh-huh. And so the two of us, Nicholas was in school, and so the two of us went out of the house because there are enough green areas around so that debris doesn't fall or electrical wiring doesn't fall or stuff like that. So we have to be very aware with earthquakes not to be under electrical wiring or of any kind wiring, and we have to be very aware of our surroundings. Anyway, I told Anna, okay, let's go to the bank, get to the ATM machine and get money. Let's fill the car with gasoline because you know that we live on the coast. I mean, it's a block and a half to the beach, and they were talking about us having a tsunami. And so I didn't think it was going to happen, but it's one of those things that you don't know because the earthquake was pretty bad. It was long. It lasted a long time. So, anyway, we're fine. We put gasoline in the car. We went to get money. We went to get my Nicholas at school, and we were thinking. We packed a little bag just in case we needed to.
It was because of the tsunami alert. It wasn't because of the.
No, it wasn't because of the earthquake.
They were in Puerto Vallarta, about 45 minutes from here. They were sounding the alarms for a tsunami.
Yeah.
And then you look at the information, and it's like it's just a slight increase in tide. It was like
yes, like a
3-inch increase in tide.
No, the waves were big. The waves were 3 to 5 meters high. So those are big.
Yeah,
those
but
are big waves.
The tide was up slightly. It wasn't like a tsunami. You know, maybe the official term is tsunami, but it's nothing really to be alarmed about.
It depends on whether the earth shook under the ocean. So that can create a tsunami because the earth breaks or shifts. Anyway, that's the way a tsunami is built. But we decided that we needed to have a bag ready, and Anna was ready to go. And I don't think so. It's one of those things that you have to play by instinct. And all my friends in Guadalajara telling me that, come stay with me, come stay with me. Well, thank you very much, but I don't think the road to Guadalajara would have been very safe because it goes you know, and first a lot of time through the coast and then up in the mountains. But if we go straight into the mountains, because there's mountain right next to where we live. Puerto Vallarta has Puerto Vallarta, and then there's the ocean and the mountain. And so it's like sandwiched in between the ocean and the mountain. So we are like that too. You can just take the road up, and that would be no problem. But it was raining, and then the roads are not very safe for two ladies and a child.
Wash off.
Yeah, they wash off, the roads wash off, and then there's two ladies and a child, and I don't think so. Anyway, thank you, Mary. Thank you, thank you. So we're safe. Thank you very much. And thank you for your prayers and everything that you sent as far as good vibes. And
we didn't tell him anything.
No, but anyway, we're fine. And it has been raining a lot, but we have passed through several earthquakes in Mexico. I have felt several, so it doesn't really scare me that much. Now, talking about hats, this is a beautiful, beautiful one. Let me show you. Let me turn around. Can you see it, Anna? In the back?
Yeah, just go back a little.
Like so?
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of a slouchy. It's such a pretty hat. It's like in 1920s, like a Charleston era. And I love this hat. It's the Trinity Stitch hat. So, and then we have, and this is knitted. This is with a Trinity stitch. Now, what happens with this hat is that, see, on the top, can you see it, Anna?
Yeah, we were able to see it in the back.
Okay, so it's very nicely finished. You can start it at the top and work it down and then make your ribbing. So it's a very, very easy hat to make. Now this is very pretty also, and it's the lotus flower stitch. Look how pretty that is. And it's also a slouchy hat. And this is done from the bottom to the top. See? And it's easy to take stitches off because the stitching allows me to have, instead of 5, go down to 3, and then down to 1. And so this is a very, very easy way of taking off stitches because you have your stitch there. So here's the 2 purls, and these are knits. So what you do is that you go down from 2 to 1, and here from 5 to 3, and then to 2, and then to 1. And you end up with 1 and 1 ribbing. So this is very easy to make. Really, really, I mean it. So, and then there's the cowl that goes with it. See it? So this is the cowl. And this is the hat. So, and then we have turbans. And we have a very pretty turban. We have a beige turban that is very, very nice, very elegant. I forgot to put it in a.
Oh yeah, I love that one. I want to make it. I was going to ask you about it.
Very pretty one. And then this is another turban. Very nice, very easy to make. And this is very nice for winter. Keeps you warm, and it's very fast to make. So if you have Christmas gifts that you need to make, start now and make some of these because they're fancy. And then there's the pillbox hat, and it has its two things to hold them in place, to hold them in place. See how pretty that is? So it's a good hat. Very Jackie-O. So, very important. And this is crocheted. This is crocheted and I started from the inside out. So what happens with the crochet hats is that this is a single crochet. But what happens with crochet hats or knitted hats that you start from the inside out. Flapper era, yes. Okay, so when you knit from the center out, how do you know when to stop adding stitches and start working straight down? See, the problem is not from here to here. The problem is from where you cast on your stitches and work in the round, either knitting or crochet. So when you're working from the top down, you have your, ¿cómo se dice?
What?
You have circumference and then you have a line in the middle that crosses it. How is it called? Anyway, when you have your hat, and of course you want your hat to be maybe an inch or two smaller than what your head measures. So if my head measures 21 inches around diameter, yes. If you have your if you have like I have a very small head, so mine is 21 inches around, and so you want the head to be maybe 20, 19 or 20 inches around because you want it nice and snuggle around your head. So let's say that this needs to be 20 inches around, and this is the diameter. So whatever measurement the diameter is, will fit 3.1416 around. That means if you start here, you can count 1, 2, and 3 times around. Oh, this is not writing. Okay, around. And so it's 1, 2, 3.1416. So that is called pi. And it's written like that. And it's 3.1416. So we're not going to count 3.1416. We're going to count 3.1 because it's easier. So what you do from there is that you know what your circumference needs to be, which is 20, and how much should the, ¿cómo se llama? Okay, so it has to be, this needs to be 3.1. You have to divide it 20
diameter.
Okay, so your diameter needs to be 3.1, the measurement of here. So 20 divided by 3.1, and that is your diameter. So when you're knitting or crocheting and you're working, when did you stop adding stitches? Well, you stop adding stitches. Let me see how much that is. So it would be 20 divided by 3.1, 6.4 inches. And of course, the people that use centimeters, you do it with centimeters. So it would have to be 6.4. If it was 20 or round, this needs to be 6.4 inches. And you stop adding stitches around when you have that amount. And then you keep working straight down like so, and until you have the length that you want, which is about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 inches, and then start your ribbing, or however you want your hat to finish. This is an I-cord that I added to this hat. So that is how hats are made if you work from the top down. If you work from the bottom to the top, and then we have the crochet stitches, we have the crochet hats, and we have a very, very pretty hat that is done with crochet. And Anna has a link that she's going to be sharing.
I've been posting them in
Okay, so there's one that, and then I explain. There's a link where I explain how to measure your head and how far to go. But when you have your 20 inches and you want to cast on, make a swatch, please. Don't hesitate on making your swatch. You really need to do that, because like that you measure how many inches you need for, let's say, how many stitches you need for 4 inches, let's say, or how many stitches you need for 10 centimeters. So it is very, thank you, Mary, diameter. The word escaped. It goes away. Things go away at my age. Those words, plop, they fly. So, very easy to do this. Really. So cast on your stitches, do your ribbing, and after maybe 10 rows, you can measure it around your head and see how nice it fits. So, and then you can have something like this you put around that you can make a little bit tighter or looser as you wish. So see how pretty that looks. So that's what it is. And using gloves and maybe a hat in the mornings. Oof, 6 to 8 centigrades. Okay, centígrados. Okay, Celsius, centígrados, Celsius. So okay, yes, it's time to get. It's already, the end of September. I can understand that you start getting cold up north in the United States also. So, yes, start making your knits for gifts for Christmas. During the pandemic, we had a lot of people staying home and knitting, and they enjoyed having that to do because we were so inside, and it was kind of depressing. I stopped going to dance. I stopped doing a whole bunch of stuff the same as everybody else. But I used to go dancing 3 times a week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it was really a big change for me. And so a lot of us gained weight. A lot of us were not doing too good. And now it's time to go out and walk and enjoy and then keep knitting for your Christmas gifts. Now you can go out and search for yarn. You can go to yarn shops. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. So take your knitting to the park. Go and sit in crisp air and knit in the park or knit Mary go to flying saucers, stay outside and what? Still 97 Fahrenheit?
She might not go outside and knit.
No.
She'll go where there's air conditioning.
Well, because we have our table. We have our table at Flying Saucer, so say hello to Teresa. So, quite hot in September. Yes, we are still warm, but it has been raining a lot. And in the mornings, I can go out and walk, and the air is not as warm. So I can do that very easily now because it's nicer. Okay. Tooth Fairy and Mary Lord, yes, you can meet in the middle. You can come here and we can rent an Airbnb and we can have come on over to Fairy. Okay, so thank you very much for being with us. Please knit your hats. We have let me show you Anna's.
Oh, I had it on, but I'm hot.
Yes. Let me show you Anna. That's so pretty.
I'm actually writing the instructions for this right now.
See, it has the horseshoe lace. And it's like mustard and beige. Very, very pretty hat.
I love you.
So, it's getting there. It's getting there. I have another stitch that I need to show you. That is very pretty also. So I don't think I showed you this one. So anyway, we're working. We're doing stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you, and please take care of yourselves. Be well and knit a lot. Make your gifts, and it's time to be indoors again. And don't forget to walk, and don't forget to even in shopping centers, you can go out in shopping centers to walk. So if it's too hot or too cold. So thank you. I love you all. Anna does too. And I will see you next Wednesday at noon.
Stay out of the tsunami.
Stay out of the tsunami. Well, if it's necessary, we go up.
Up
the mountain. So pretty. Everything is so green. And it's just so pretty here. Thank you. I'll see you.